Well, hey everybody, welcome back to It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. Today we are making lentil soup. Cue the music. Well, hey everybody, I am Chef John Politte and you are watching It's Only Food. If this is your first time watching this channel, or if you just want to learn how to continue to make awesome food, or maybe even learn how to start your own cooking channel right here on YouTube, then do yourself a favor and click on that little subscribe button in the corner and then hit that little notification bell to be notified each and every time I upload new content. Alright, well you clicked on this video to watch me show you how to make lentil soup. So let's head into the kitchen and check out our list of ingredients. We're going to start out with our carrots, our celery, and our onions for our standard mirepoix. And of course we're going to have lentils. I got about 2 cups here. I have 1 can of roasted diced tomatoes. And we've got about a 1/4 cup of olive oil, about 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic, salt and pepper to taste, and about 1 tablespoon of chicken base. So let's get the cameras situated over here, go to our cutting board, and we will start cutting up the carrot, celery, and onion. Alright, so we're doing our standard mirepoix. We're just going to use celery, carrots, and onions in this cook. So I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting it up. I'm going to leave a card right about here that will better show you what a mirepoix is and all the ins and outs of a mirepoix and why they are used. So go ahead and check that out after you watch this video. Alright, there is our celery, carrots, and onions in there. This is going to be the base for our soup, so we're going to switch the camera back over onto the angle for the pot and we're going to start making the soup. Alright, we have got our pot all ready to go. I'm going to pour the oil in, get that heated up. All right, we've got our oil hot, so let's go ahead and add our mirepoix in there and let this sweat. Now everything I have in this recipe today I had in the house. I didn't have to go to the store, so I was going to use fresh garlic, but the garlic bulb that I had was kind of old and it didn't look good, so I've got some granulated garlic we're going to put in there. But bear with me, this will still be really, really good. You'll find the ingredients down in the description box below, and the nutritional value as well is going to be posted in the description box, so feel free to look at that. Now I'm going to provide a link right here at this point too for a card that'll take you to a show that I made about sweating vegetables. Go ahead and feel free to check that out as well. It's just a cooking method that's used when you want to add extra flavor in your sequential cooking that we're doing today. So go ahead and check that out. Meanwhile, we're going to let these brown up and caramelize. Alright, well you can't really see it, but the onions are translucent. The carrots are starting to brown up just a little bit. They're cooking and getting some color on there, so they're releasing their sugars. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Now the original recipe called for 3 cloves of garlic, and I really don't know how to figure that out when it comes to the granulated garlic that we have here, but I think this is way too much. So I'm just going to use a half of this. That's just not even that. I'm going to use about a tablespoon. We're just going to put that in there like that. So disregard what I said in the beginning, and I will make the necessary changes in the recipe in the description box. But all you want to do is add a little bit of aromatic to this. You don't want to overpower it with the garlic, which I think if I had dumped that whole thing in there it would have. Let me just, yeah, it's got the aromatic in there and I don't think it'll really make that flavor too bad. So now I'm going to put the diced roasted tomatoes in there. Yeah. We're going to mix this all up. Then I'm going to take our lentils right here and we're just going to throw those in as well, like we're making a risotto. And at this point I'm going to add the water, which wasn't listed in the list of ingredients that we showed you, but it's 6 cups of water. And I pre-measured it in this. So there's 6 cups of water. And I'm just going to get this to a nice boil before we add our chicken stock. So I'm going to put a lid on it, and we'll bring that up to a boil. Alright, we got some boiling action going on here, so we know it's getting hotter. I can get this chicken base in there, and I know it'll actually dissolve since the water's hot. It just seems to dissolve better into the rest of it. Now I'm going to mix this all up real good. There's your soup right there. It is not done by any means, but that's what that looks like. So you know you're doing it right if it looks like that from the beginning. I'm also going to leave a link to an article that I found that explains what a lentil is and what the difference between a lentil and a split pea, because they are very similar looking and in texture, in size, in taste, and protein and everything else. So there's a very good article that I'll leave that link in the description box. Right now I'm just going to set this down to simmer. We are going to set this lid back on there and just let this cook, and then we're going to come back and check it out and see how it's doing in about 20 minutes. Alright, we are looking at about 20 minutes later. Yeah, starting to break up the little pods of, it's starting to cook up. So once these lentils get cooked, and then they'll separate like split peas do. But we're going to let this go a little longer. I'm going to go ahead and a little more salt and pepper in here though. We'll just let this cook about 20 more minutes, see where we're at then. Alright, well this is probably done. The lentils are breaking up, kind of getting smushed up a little bit like a split pea does. Let me just see what they look like. Yep, it's fallen out of its husk. So I'm going to go ahead and plate this up, or bowl it up. Then we'll get some beautiful shots of it for social media, lay it in the timeline with some groovy music, and we will come back and taste this and let you know how it is. Don't go away. Alright, well I got the soup here, very hot, very hot. It'll take about a half hour for this to cool down just so I can get a sip. But you can see how rich that looks. This is a very good soup. I'm going to get that camera up on a tripod and we will give this a taste. Alright, well there's a close-up of that soup again. Still steaming hot. Now I'm going to go in for the taste here if I don't burn my mouth. Oh, that's good. The tomato gives it a lot of savoriness to it. You can taste the vegetables in there that we did with the mirepoix. A little bit of sweetness because of that. The lentils have a meaty texture to them. Very high in protein. You can yep, it's a good bowl of soup. Very hot. Now this was a very simple recipe. You can add a lot of things to this. You can add rice, potatoes, other vegetables like corn. I would add barley. You could add a whole bunch of stuff to this. This is just a starter to build all kinds of different combinations with this. This is a simple lentil soup recipe. I hope you enjoy it. All right, well, thanks so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to go down to my description box and check out all those awesome links that I've got down there. I've got one for my seasoning. I have an Etsy store where I sell all my wonderful gourmet seasonings. And then also make sure you stalk me on social media. All those links are also provided down in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and like this video. Leave all your comments right down below. And then make sure you share this video with everybody that you know. Take care, and we'll see you again right here on It's Only Food with Chef John Politte. Bye-bye.